Hey guys, it's Najim Fasaya Lee, and you are on my channel here on YouTube, honey. You're probably watching this on TikTok as well. And so, if you caught the earlier clip, my daughter and I went to go see Barbie World. It's a Barbie world. I can't sing, you already know that, but I really love the theme song with Nicki and Ice Spice. I think that was the best song ever for this movie. It really spoke loudly of the movie. Anyway, so this is going to be a review of the Barbie movie, and let me know in the comment sections what your thoughts are and your perspective if you saw it yet. So let me put a disclaimer. I may ruin your ending. I may ruin, if you haven't seen the movie, don't watch this until you have seen the movie, okay? Because I may spit some stuff that may ruin your take on the movie, and I don't want to do that. So disclaimer, I'm telling you now, pause this video and go watch the movie, then return, and then we can chat. Okay, guys? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Okay, so now that you've watched it and you're here with me, let's get into my review. All right, so my daughter especially was super excited about this movie, and I was also excited, but I was really excited because of Nicki Minaj, because she's been true Barbie from the time she conceived her whole career. Barbs, we are the Barbs. We've been the Barbs for so many years, right? And so with that, my daughter was like, Mom, let's go, check out the movie. Let's go watch the movie together. And this was a great bonding time for us anyways. And I love when we get bonding time. And so this was our time together. And I would say thank you to Barbie for allowing us to hang out as mother and daughter. That was really cool. All right, to the review. Let's get into it. The movie, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it a 8 plus. An 8 plus, because there are two things that I really want to talk about when it comes to this movie, and I found out certain other things regarding this movie that I'm going to talk about as well. So the movie overall, like, funny, hilarious, engaging. I was laughing throughout the entire movie, and it was great. Give that positive. Barbie herself, Margot, excellent. Issa Rae, excellent. America Ferrera, excellent. I thought these was Ken, the guy who played Ken,
Ryan
excellent.
Gosling.
Ryan Gosling, thank you. Excellent. And so many others. Like, everybody did their part. Like, yes. That was really good. Now, let me get to the 2 points. The two points, okay? The storyline was choppy. And I understand what they're trying to do, this empowerment thing. A lot of empowerment, women's empowerment or whatever, because at some point, Ken did not feel like, he felt second best, okay? And Barbie didn't give him the time of day. And everything was solely relying on Barbie. His affection, what he does, his impression, everything. And she would just not give him the time of day because she didn't like him. But I will say the storyline got really choppy. Now, from leaving Barbie Land, going into the real world in California, which we already know is Hollywood, and that ain't real either. But okay, right? Going from the doll world to the human world, and Mattel, and seeing a bunch of men in the boardroom, and this whole thing started happening of patriarchism and the fullness and the besting of patriotism. And so I was just like, I think this is kind of off the way this is going. And it was the storyline was just really choppy. And the other part of that is Ken taking patriotism, bringing it back to Barbie Land, and turning it into a fiasco. And Barbie trying to connect with her original owner, right, or person that played with her, which was America Ferrera, who played with her, and then she was seeing, like, you know, what was the pain in the situation, and her whole job was to make people happy. Her services are make people happy, and the conflict. That's one part. The other part was the daughter and America. That interaction, this daughter just, it was like reverse roles. Instead of the daughter being a daughter, the daughter was like a mom, and the mom was like a daughter. It was reverse roles in that way. And there's a point that was significant of the daughter carrying out the box of dolls that belonged to her mom. At first, I thought it belonged to her, right? But when you look at it, it repeats several times. It is America taking back one of the Barbies, and you see the daughter throwing out the box of Barbies. And it's like this notion of, you're an adult now, you're a mom now, you're not allowed to play with dolls, grow up, you got stuff to do, you know. And about a lot of things were brought up about feminism, fascism. I was just like, whoa, you know. And then the ending. The ending was been so great if they didn't do this part, because it's almost like they were trying to bring transgenderism, in my opinion, at the end, and it just didn't correlate. Because at some point now the doll wants to become human, okay, and the doll is confused as to what her place is, what her role is. She didn't want to keep doing the same thing. And my whole perspective of this was, well, isn't she a doll? Isn't that what this is, like Barbie world? Isn't this character, Margot, that's playing, a doll? But connecting with the owner, now Barbie wants to become human, and then she leaves Barbie world at the end to come to the real world. And at the end, they end it with her going to a gynecologist. And the reason why she's going to a gynecologist, why? Because the dolls don't have parts. If we look at Barbie, Barbie has boobs, right? But she doesn't have a hole in her vajayjay, or where the vajayjay would be. She doesn't have really nipples. It's just really smooth over tone of a doll. And so the ending was like her going to the gynecologist, and I was just like, so parts? So is she getting parts now? Like, and I think they could have done a better ending, and my daughter and I were talking about this, where she could have been, if you didn't want to do the mundane of your life, but as a creative, you can create the days you want every single day how you desire. And you can add that in the Barbie land that will affect the real world. I didn't see her having to go into the real world to try to change herself, thinking that that will affect and to become more human. Like, it just, I think the ending just threw me so off, because it didn't make sense. It didn't tie in the story well. There's a lot of pieces hanging from the story. Like, you don't even understand properly why America Ferrera and her daughter have such a clashing, and why the daughter needed to be so hard rock on her mom. Like she really didn't like her mom. And then there's a part her saying that her mom is the drawings that she was doing was dark, and and saying that that's the real you. But I don't think that's the real mom in the character. I think she was expressing how she was feeling. She was feeling down, depressed. She was feeling like she didn't matter, like her voice was not heard, especially at her job. And that's what affected Barbie, because all of a sudden Barbie started thinking about death and dying, and that's what changed up Barbie from being a Barbie to becoming a humanoid ish, so to speak. So I don't know, that's why I gave it an 8 plus, because overall everybody did their acting very well. Everybody really contributed very well, but the storylines could have been done better to really give better context, and also the ending part. Like it's just like throwing ketchup and mustard, and we're trying to figure out what are you making with the ketchup and mustard. I think that's what really bothered me with it, because I was in a theater and I said it right there to my daughter, like, I don't get the ending. Like, what was that really about? Like, they just forced something. It felt really forced. It didn't flow. And then the other thing that I just learned, was that Margot was not even going to do the part unless they did a change. And the change was to make to have diversity of all the other Barbs. So then it made me think, well, damn, what was the original script? What was the original layout? That they were going to have all white Barbies and that's it? Like, so she wasn't going to do it unless they changed that and make it multiracial, make it more diverse. And that's why you see that now in this new scripting of it, of this diverse cast of every nationality, and trying to bring that to the forefront. But actually in the original, they didn't have that. That wasn't there, y'all. And that's disappointing, right? Because of their first thought process of how they're going to do this movie. It just really made you think, like, wow, you guys really just continue this cycle over and over and over. And that's what's disappointing. Even in a Barbie, a toy, that we're still playing this. Like, come on. So I'm glad that it's more diverse, which was great. And a really well-rounded cast. I think they all did their best with what they were given, and it's a really cool movie to go and check out, and to see like how the Barbs came together to take back Barbie Land and put things in their rightful place, and waking up to the matriarchal way, which was great. But also, I think they really need to just get rid of that ending and do something much more creative, where it's a doll. A doll needs to be in a dollhouse, okay? Not over in the human world. But that's my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments, your questions, your own review in the comment section below. Love to hear from you guys. And let me know what your thoughts are, what I just said. If you saw the movie, what did you get from it? I think it's a great conversational piece as well. All right, guys, have an awesome night, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.